Hello, my name is Kishore, CEO and founder of NextOrbit. We apply AI machine learning to the mid-market retail CPG brands worldwide. Join me in this exciting conversation where I present the pitch deck to investors worldwide. The core problem has been around for long. Retailers, CPG brands essentially use giant Excel spreadsheets or they use some form of rule-based software to be able to take important decisions like pricing, promotions, demand forecasting, store ordering, assortment planning. All of these are kind of some form of judgment, some form of rule-based software, and they almost always don't cut it. Either you overorder or you underorder. Either you go overboard in pricing or you go the other way around. You lose clients. And that shows, for example, there's either overstock or out of stock. Your metrics are clearly seen to be not favorable. Your profits go down, your inventory turns go down. You need a lot more inventory in the warehouse to support the same sales. Your out of stock situation increases. Your out of stock is high and customers don't find their goods, they get mad at you. Wastage expiration increases, especially in the food business. If you're in fashion, the KPI used is full price sell-through. What proportion of your goods are you able to sell at the full price? That's a measure of success of the brand. That goes down if you're not able to price it properly. Also, there's a poor understanding of what really drives sales. What is the attribute that drives sales? We also found that they change prices not as often as is desirable. We feel pricing should change weekly and very often daily, especially in e-commerce. Seeing all of these challenges, especially in my consulting days, consulting for retailers like Nordstrom, Publix, JCPenney's, and other smaller retailers, we put together these platforms. They're based on open source machine learning, cloud. They're inexpensive, they're quick to implement and show proof of value. And the core use cases we have chosen is pricing. Second is competitive price discovery. It's not just what the competitor is charging for the same product, but what are the similar products out there, similar attributes out there that are substitutable, and what are their prices, and what's their in-stock status, for example. Demand forecasting, what's needed by channel, by store, by day, by week, by category, subcategory, allows you to plan. And when you do a good job of this, your inventory turns increase. There's several on the roadmap where still under development, essentially purchasing. Okay, now that you know this is a demand forecast, work backwards and say, what should I buy? And some form of customer behavior modeling. Leading us to the purpose of NextOrbit is we enable mid-market brands, CPG retail, to create credible differentiators to compete well in this digital economy, especially in the Amazon world or the Walmart world. These biggies have immense tools at their disposal, but NextOrbit gives these tools like AI machine learning to mid-market also, and at very acceptable prices. Clearly, good ROI. The benefits are higher than the cost they pay to us. Different clients have different needs. Some of them want more sales. Some of them have none of the highest sales, and the VC is saying, I need profits. Some of them want higher in-stock status. They don't want out of stock. So here is where we've seen clearly for some of our clients, for example, US Polo, we delivered a top line lift of 14%. In every case, there's always a way to validate our results, a way to do an A/B testing. Your prices or your decisions go in here, they don't go in here, and we compare the two to get some validation as to, oh, wow, you guys have done well. So in the case of US Polo, we showed that our prices could effect a 14% top line improvement. Percentile is a retailer in Spain dealing with used branded garments. And their challenge was, how do you rake in more sales without sacrificing profitability? I think that it's always a trade-off. It's easy. You bring down the price, your sales go up. But the whole point is there's a delicate balance there. That's the balance that we accomplish using machine learning. Happy Fresh is a store pick retailer based in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. They used to experience a high rate of out of stock. That used to cause them customer complaints, a reduction in customer experience. We did an out of stock modeling exercise, delivered them out of stock scoring, so they could use that on a daily basis and say this product is likely going to be out of stock the next day. So they could either hide it from their app, or they could, kind of blank it out saying this is out of stock. So customers can't order it, or even if they order it, they'll know it may be out of stock. And their in-stock position improved significantly, and honestly, their GMV improved surprisingly, and the customer experience improved. Carrot Lane is a leading jewelry retailer in India. They were very focused on improving profits. I mean, absolute profits, not just the margin per piece. Again, with delicate pricing, and in some cases, increasing the price, we could demonstrate a 3% improvement in absolute profits in the A/B testing that we completed. So why now? We feel that somehow the market is ripe at this stage to accept cloud platform solutions to something as strategic as demand forecasting and pricing. These are core retail functions, and this is what they're letting us do. And they're doing that because we feel there's tremendous competitive pressure. There's a lot of data, but they're not able to take action on it. Inability to crunch customer data, preferences, in-stock status, and take timely action. And a lot of it has to do with the way some of the bigger players like Walmart and Amazon have played in the market, making sure that others are on their toes. We explain the inputs and outputs here. On the left-hand side is all of retailer data. This point of sale, inventory positions, markdowns, product master information, customer information. On the bottom left is data that we bring to the table. We collate it. In a sense, we have rights to the data. Data like competitive activity, promotions of competitors, local events, national events, which team is playing which team. That's such an important driver to a demand of particular products on a particular day in a particular store, for example. Macroeconomic factors. The northern portion of Dallas, where I used to live, Plano, Texas, was growing at 4%. Even if you don't do anything, sales will grow at 4%. The southern portion is de-growing at 2.5%. Even if you don't do anything, things will go down 2.5%. So you incorporate that in your demand forecast. All of this data comes into the engine that we built, and there are several outputs that go out in different ways. Either it could be our platform user experience, or it could be alerts on their cell phone or on their app, their dashboards, KPIs, templates, and sometimes it's as straightforward as an Excel dump on a daily basis. That's also fine. It really depends on the client. We configure the platform to suit the needs of the client as per their convenience. The user experience is configured, the alerts are configured, so it really is their system. We've seen the demand forecast, in some cases store orders, pricing, promotions are the primary alerts. Along with that is out of stock alerts, or alerts about you are likely 5% higher than competitive pricing. Then the KPIs and metrics, dashboards to do with in-stock status, how well have you met demand forecast. Demand can always be overridden. Demand forecast can always be overridden by the retailer. So their staff can look at our analyses and say, you said 12, but I want a slightly higher number. So that way, it's their decision finally. The IP here is all in the left-hand bottom data rights we have to data that we collate, all the algorithms we build for the predictive modeling. We have rights to all that IP, all that intellectual property belongs to us. Some very good traction that has been generated in the last 6 months. The Sharaf BG, a leading electronics retailer, about 27 stores across the Middle East, 400 million plus in revenues. They use our demand forecasting and competitive price monitoring solution. I've already spoken about US Polo, Percentile, Happy Fresh, and Carrot Lane. Grocery Exchange is a network of 2,000 stores in the US, mostly Hispanic stores, smaller size, independently owned. We building out a platform that will be rolled out to the entire network, and each of the owners could be charged a monthly fee. And it's possible that we have rights to the data. It's being discussed as we speak. And this platform allows the owners to order directly to distributors, identify slow-moving stock, get good sales reports, get alerts, essentially run the store much more efficiently, effectively, and make more profits and money. In every case, there is a business case that's provided to them. Higher sales, higher profits, lower out of stock, lower wastage. This is the benefits on the right-hand side. And what do you say? Well, that's there, and then this is the amount you pay to us. Our business model typically is an onboarding fee and a monthly fee. And this fee depends on a number of factors like number of products, number of retailers, number of stores, number of transactions per day, and typically the revenue. In some cases like Percentile, we charge them 0.75% of the revenue per month. It's as strict. We assure people, look, you're not stuck. You want to move out, you can do it anytime, no contracts. Also, no charges for additional users if we really want more users onboarding. And honestly, that's our way to create silent exit barriers. Become indispensable. We've seen that Sharaf DG, they can't do without us. They keep coming back. We want these changes, we want this better, we want to use this for more countries. So get into their bloodstream, become indispensable, and create exit barriers. The worldwide market for retail, CPG, e-commerce is in excess of 5 trillion. We've just taken the US e-commerce market because we feel this focus is very good. They have all the data, good quality data, they're tech savvy, they get it when we explain these things. So it's a low hanging fruit, so to speak. And this market size alone is about 600 billion. Typically, we believe we are a worldwide player. We will prospect worldwide, which means Europe, Middle East, US being the number one market, Canada, a little bit of Mexico, and so on. China is a huge market. We have to figure out how to enter it. But it's a huge market, and so is Japan. India is a market. It won't be highest in priority, but we would not ignore it. We can never know the surprises there because it's such a growing market. The competition are really guys who started several years ago, and they didn't have the benefit of this intensity of AI and machine learning and of cloud. Heavily funded, Anaplan and Kinaxis, the mounts are right there, and Kinaxis is headed towards an IPO. The other two players, Predictix has been acquired, and we feel at about 200 million, acquired by Infor. Orchestro has been acquired by E2 Open. Orchestro tried to acquire us. We didn't get a valuation at that time, but they were overtures, so we kind of know we're doing something right. We know that Oracle, for example, is not playing in the space. There was a client who was speaking to Oracle, and they came back and said, we have all Oracle licenses, all free for us. We'll just do it with them. And we said, okay, thank you. And 4 months later, they came back and said, we've done the due diligence. Oracle does not do what you guys do. So that was a big validation that we're doing something valuable. We're looking at about 25 million ARR in 5 years, but the next 3 years we would see tremendous growth. The first year is about 120K, and thereafter there will be steep growth. And all of this really shows the fact that there will be rapid scalability in what we're doing. Once we have a certain subsector and we have wins there, then you really take the win to the market and rapidly sign on more clients in that sub-vertical. Potential acquirers are in 3 categories. One is platform players, is Oracle, SAP, and the others. They would acquire us for our IP to complete their platform, because we know they don't have the kind of IP that we have and the kind of data rights we have. Consulting players will really like us because we engage with clients and we're able to say, you're going to get a higher basket size. That's very difficult to say this, and consulting players love this. You're going to get lower out of stock. You're going to get higher inventory turns. You had 100 days of inventory, and now you're going to do it 60 days. So consultant would really love it. Of course, retailers are an obvious acquirer for us. About me, I would say the best is inspirational leadership. I'm able to attract talent. I'm able to inspire confidence in clients because I just get in front of them. I'm authentic. I have a clear conversation. What's the business benefit you're looking at? And how do we engage to give that to you? I combine sales, consulting, platform, architecture, experience. I've lived in the US. I've done offshore development, and all of that really comes from my strength. At HCL, I was global head of BI and analytics. I've been a CTO at Item Master in 2018. I have a bachelor's master's from IIT Madras, a premier institute of technology. Our core team really is these 3 people. So me, the founder, and Srini, who is hardcore solutioning and analytics person, and Vishnu, who really is the principal engineer, the CTO profile guy, puts the whole engineering together. By the way, all of what we do is a combination of analytics and engineering. There's no pure analytics. It has to be embedded, it has to run in the right time. If you have a daily pricing, it has to run in about, let's say, half an hour. So you have a lot of engineering involved. And then we have the team members below, Tarok, Asrar, and Sudarshan, who are data scientists, and Anand, who is a user experience person. Bernie Anderson is a consultant in San Antonio, comes with strong domain knowledge, very useful in client conversations. Vin Weber is our go-to-market partner. He is again a believer. He takes us to large companies, pitches us for workshops, and we're hoping he would close a few deals in the next several months because he's been making us part of his solution toolkit. Then we have Sriram, Badri, and Atul, who are all investors, but more than anything, they're believers in NextOrbit. So in summary, we have a wonderful company, AI machine learning on the cloud, that makes a difference to the business of our clients in terms of moving business KPIs. And we have an inexpensive monthly fee model, and we earn our bread every month. Thank you.